In the Game of Thrones finale, Jon Snow joins the wildlings beyond the wall after being exiled to the Night's Watch, and here's why it's a big plot hole. For most of the show, Jon Snow was a member of the Night's Watch, tasked with defending the wall against what lay beyond, the bare north and its wildlings. After discovering the threat of the White Walkers, led by the Night King, Jon Snow allied himself with the wildlings and attempted to use this new position of King of the North to unite the Seven Kingdoms against the White Walkers. He achieved this by swearing fealty to Daenerys. But after Daenerys burned King's Landing, Jon killed her. His punishment was being sent back to the Night's Watch, but the final shot of Jon Snow in Game of Thrones showed him leading a group of wildlings back beyond the wall. Jon's ending created some noticeable plot holes, like how it ignored the redundancy of the Night's Watch and even undermined the political state of Westeros after the Game of Thrones ending. Tyrion Lannister played a key role in convincing Jon that Daenerys needed to die, yet he was named Hand of the King. It's kinda confusing that one conspirator was rewarded while the other was punished, and there's also no explanation as to why Grey Worm played such a key role in the decision. Even if the argument that Grey Worm shouldn't have had a say in the matter is disparaged, the punishment itself was also a plot hole. The Night's Watch didn't need to exist anymore. In the Game of Thrones Season 1, the Night Watch had two purposes: to protect the realms of men from wildlings and the White Walkers. Jon Snow's ending may have been flawed in the show, but the character has another chance to end his Game of Thrones story in a satisfying way in George R.R. Martin's books. In fact, the last thing Martin's books wrote about Jon was his assassination by his fellow Night's Watch Brotherhood in the novel A Dance with Dragons. Therefore, Martin's books have a lot of material to cover in leading up to how Jon's story finally ends. The most likely change the books will make from Game of Thrones is that Jon returning to the wall is his choice rather than a sentence. Regardless of his reasons, Jon sees his assassination of Daenerys as a dishonorable act that greatly shames him. Therefore, Jon may decide, regardless of his status as heir to the throne or part of House Stark, that he'll go beyond the wall, not to protect it from non-existent threats, but rather as a form of exile.